Can you possibly think of destroying him?
100%, of course. Yeah, of course. I totally understand.
No one's come close, Rico.
I know. So what an opportunity I have. Because what do I bring different to the table is I'm coming with kickboxing angles. And he's so used to, he's been dissecting the boxing game since I don't know what age he started. But that's how he does it. But the kickboxing game and the kickboxing angles are different. He hasn't seen that.
From the first bell, what are you going to do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm, like I said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. Yeah. So as soon as I hit him, it's going to be something different.
You're going to knock his...
If ever there's a guy who likes to climb Mount Everest, it's Rico Verhoeven. And he's a phenomenal person. He's just like Usyk. He's like Usyk in his beliefs, really nice guy, and he's a credit to the sport. So I can't speak highly enough of him. It's not going to be as easy as what people think it is, because nobody's here. He's not coming for a paycheck. He was offered a lot more money in other sports. He turned that down.
Is Rico the right fight for you right now?
Because it's a two worlds, boxing and kickboxing. Rico undisputed in kickboxing, I'm undisputed in boxing, but with two worlds. I think it's good for fans and challenge.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think it was the same as kind of the rest of the boxing world. It was quite underwhelming. I even said it myself, I understand that he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some... Not to say, I don't actually know much about Verhoeven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent calibre of a professional boxer. But if it's not, then fine. Look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top elite.
I know I've been saying it for some time, but obviously Usyk's got the belts and he's abusing his power a little bit, so we just kind of got to wait around. I feel like my career's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely you're moving in the right direction. And speaking of Usyk, he appeared on this very show recently, talked about the final stretch of his career, named some potential opponents, and he didn't name you, as you already know, but when we got to you, he said he's a big fan of your game, but that you're not ready yet and he doesn't want to, quote unquote, break you. What do you say to that?
What do you think?
I mean, look, I think it's the best fight we can see at heavyweight. I want to see it.
What happens when a man with absolutely zero professional boxing matches steps in front of the Egyptian pyramids to fight the undisputed heavyweight king? The combat sports world is about to find out, and a massive controversy is brewing. Oleksandr Usyk is putting his WBC title on the line against the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Most boxing purists are calling it a complete joke, but Rico just issued a chilling new warning that has fans and experts seriously questioning if a historic upset is actually about to happen.
Kickboxing. You've built quite a legacy.
Yeah.
Everyone in that world, they call you the king.
Mm-hmm.
Why take such a dangerous fight?
Like this?
Yes.
Because I've conquered everything within the kickboxing sport. So now going out the sport, not feeling I'm done just yet, then why not take on the biggest, like the king of boxing, actually. Yeah. So I think, yeah, king versus king. I think that's the greatest, yeah, challenge I could have taken, and for me it makes a lot of sense, because I do not like to get comfortable and I'd like to challenge myself to the ultimate, and I think that's what I'm doing right now, facing this man.
When it first came on the table for you, was there anyone close to you that said, maybe, are you sure you want to do this? Maybe you want to think twice. It's a different sport.
No, yeah, not close to me, but a little bit further away.
Further away.
They were like, are you serious? This man is beating everybody. He is the very best, and arguably the very best to have ever done it. I said, I know. So what an amazing opportunity I'm having now to have the honor to share the ring with this man and get the rounds in and take his belt.
The viral quote circulating right now is straight out of a horror movie. When asked about his game plan from the opening bell, Rico bluntly stated he is going to knock Usyk's head clean off.
Can we get into this? I mean, obviously you see weaknesses in Usyk.
Everybody.
And let me tell you, his people listen to this show, and whatever you're telling us now live in TalkSport will probably end up
in their laps.
In their laps.
Yeah.
But if you want to tell us in as much or as little detail as you're going to, from the first bell, what are you going to do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm, like I said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. So as soon as I hit him, it's going to be something different.
You're going to knock his head off?
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. That's why I'm so excited.
I mean, tell me about your punch power. What is your knockout capacity? I mean, you can see Usyk in front of you.
I'm always like very calculated, but yeah, when I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the...
But this isn't just standard pre-fight trash talk meant to sell pay-per-views. Rico pointed out a terrifying physical reality. He is bringing a staggering 55-pound weight advantage into the ring. He isn't just taller, he is a completely different weight class of human being. Rico knows he can't outbox a master technician for 12 rounds, but he also knows that the second a 260-plus pound giant lands a clean, heavy glove on a smaller man, the entire dynamic of the fight instantly shifts. That immense size is the ultimate equalizer, and it changes the math of the entire showdown.
May 23rd, Glory in Giza.
If you think a crossover fighter has absolutely no chance, you haven't been paying attention to recent history. Hardcore fans are heavily pointing to Francis Ngannou dropping Tyson Fury as the ultimate blueprint for this exact scenario. The scary part is that Rico is vastly more disciplined than Ngannou ever was. Leaked training camp footage shows exactly how the kickboxer plans to bridge the gap. He isn't trying to match Usyk's elite dancing footwork. Instead, Rico is working heavily on a tight high guard and suffocating inside fighting. The goal is to turn this prestigious boxing match into a grimy, exhausting brawl. He wants to constantly step into Usyk's chest, use that massive weight advantage to physically lean on the champion, and completely drain his gas tank.
This evening, Peter, welcome. Just talk to us about your experience so far. You've worked with a lot of great fighters. But how's everything clicking together in the gym with this man? A new challenge for you as well as a coach.
Well, we go back a long way, actually, about 15 years. So I've always done the boxing side with Rico and his trainer, Dennis, but for kickboxing. So now it's a different ball game because it's boxing. Styles are different, stances, and 1 to 100, you name it. But if ever there's a guy who likes to climb Mount Everest, it's Rico Verhoeven, and he's a phenomenal person. He's just like Usyk. He's like Usyk in his beliefs, really nice guy, and he's a credit to the sport. So I can't speak highly enough of him. It's not going to be as easy as what people think it is, because nobody's here. He's not coming for a paycheck. He was offered a lot more money in other sports. He turned that down for this one. So he's super enthusiastic about it. And look, of course it's a difficult challenge. I think Usyk is the best heavyweight in the world. And he's earned it. And he's got my total respect. I think he's a fabulous guy. But look, this is a sport we're in. It's heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen when that bell goes. And, you know, Rico, he's not coming to make the numbers. He's coming to...
Behind the spectacle of the pyramids, a massive wave of outrage is tearing through the boxing community. The decision to put the actual WBC heavyweight title on the line against a debutant breaks every traditional rule of the sport. Prominent fighters and top contenders like Fabio Wardley are absolutely furious. They have spent their entire lives climbing the brutal, unforgiving rankings, only to watch an outsider jump the line for the ultimate prize.
Junior, and we saw the announcement he's going to fight kickboxing world champion Rico Verhoeven. What was your reaction when you saw that's the direction Usyk was going down?
Yeah, look, I think it was the same as kind of the rest of the boxing world. It was quite underwhelming. I even said it myself, I understand that he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some, not to say, I don't actually know much about Van Hoeven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent caliber of a professional boxer. But if it's not, then fine, look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top elites.
I think a lot of people would echo your sentiment, and given what Oleksandr's achieved, he's earned the right for a novelty, an event people describe it as, but what I think's got a lot of people's backup is the WBC world title being on the line. Is that something that you were so even more taken aback by?
I guess unsurprising. I understand the game of boxing, of what it is, so yeah, look, is it particularly fair? Is Van Hoeven ranked anywhere in the WBC? I don't know, or was he previously? I don't think so, but it is what it is, unfortunately. The game is the game. Boxing will always be boxing. Will always be some things we're unhappy with. It will always kind of go in a different direction than we want it to, but hopefully, look, he gets through it, takes it off relatively easy, and starts, like I say, gets back into the ring with a proper top-tier professional boxer.
Insiders are calling this a dangerous marketing stunt that insults the integrity of the heavyweight division. It raises a serious question about whether the governing bodies care more about viral theatrical moments than the actual competitive sport of boxing.
Why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that really irks me. It's not that, I mean, it kind of is that Usyk is just doing this, like, whatever, okay, Usyk can go and do exhibition fights, sure, fine with me, as long as you're not putting the title up, and really, you should probably vacate the title if you're not going to defend it. But then when you include the title, and you include it's a professional boxing match that the title is on the line for, I've said so much about how dumb the sanctioning bodies are, but Mauricio Sulaimán's really outdone himself here. Making this for the WBC title spits in the faces of not just contenders, it spits in the faces of boxing fans, because now you're expecting us to believe that these are the two best heavyweights on the planet in boxing, and we know they're not. We all call bullshit. This fight isn't even remotely interesting in terms of what we're doing it for. Are we really doing it because it's a fun thing to see Oleksandr Usyk fight Rico Verhoeven? No, we're doing it because Usyk wants a little time to do something else, make a fat paycheck, and they're going to do it at the bottom of the pyramids of Giza. That's why we're doing it, so we can show off that we can put fights at the pyramids of Giza. Did we not learn our lesson in Times Square? How much of a fucking shit show that was? You'll still do a watch party? I'll watch it. Listen, I don't have to think that McDonald's makes the best food in the world, but if I'm hungry, I might eat it. It's not 5-star cuisine, but it's edible. You're not talking to the guy that discounts circus fights. You want to have one, whatever. But it's like, would I rather watch this or Usyk versus Kabiel? I'd rather watch Usyk versus Kabiel. Would I rather watch this or Rico Verhoeven versus Francis Ngannou in MMA? I'd rather watch Rico and Francis in MMA.
So why did the Undisputed King take the bait in the first place? Oleksandr Usyk's motivation is surprisingly simple and brutally honest. When confronted about the massive backlash from fans and media, Usyk fired back with a blunt response. He does what he wants.
Yeah. How does it feel? We are very happy to see you back. I think boxing smiles when they see the name Usyk on a poster. But being here again, Oleksandr, on the big stage, how does it feel for you to be back once again?
I feel good. Listen, hi everyone. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very happy back in UK. You know, I missed a little bit. 6 months, yeah, last time. Thank you so much. Thank you, organization who do this. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Rico team. For me, it's a challenge. A lot of people say, "Why you choose as a not boxer?" It's a great guy. It's a dangerous guy. You want, you know, please. One time, I wanna do what I want, not what need, because a lot of time I do what need another people, and you must, you have to boxing like this, you must boxing like this. I say, okay. Now I do what I need. Thank you.
After systematically dismantling Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Daniel Dubois, Usyk feels he has completely cleared out the heavyweight landscape. He is no longer interested in chasing standard mandatory contenders. He is actively hunting for massive historic events that excite him personally. In his mind, he has earned the absolute right to ignore the critics and cash in on his legendary status, regardless of who is standing across the ring.
Now, we've had a history. It's an entertainment business, right? And I know there'll be people that are going to say that, you know, they're going to be pros and cons about it. My feeling is, look, Usyk has earned the right to take a one-off, if you want to call it that. And just like everyone else is taking a shot at doing that, he's earned the right. He's fought everybody. And he has put himself now into that status where he can be called one of the great heavyweights of all time. He's earned that. He's fought everyone. Olympic gold medalist, unified the cruiserweight titles, and then fought everyone heavyweight, beat all the bigger guys. I think the question with this one would be that with the others that we've seen Joshua and Ngannou, Tyson Fury and Ngannou, Jake Paul recently with Joshua, they were known as events. You know, they put him off his fights, and they had obviously a real danger to them as a fight, and they played out where guys got knocked out in some of those fights, but they weren't sanctioned for a title. I think what makes this a little bit different to me is that the WBA is sanctioning it as a title defense for Usyk. That makes it a little bit different. There's going to be some people who are going to say, well, that, you know, it's not fair to some of the heavyweights out there, professional heavyweights that are not kickboxers, that are heavyweights, professional boxers, and they deserve a shot. But for a guy who's a kickboxer and who has had one professional boxing match, he's 1-0 against the guy that, who knows. But, so I can understand.
While all eyes are fixed on the kickboxer, there is a very real danger waiting in the shadows of the heavyweight division. A 21-year-old phenom named Moses Atama is rapidly tearing through the ranks and putting everyone on notice. He recently crushed Jermaine Franklin with a devastating knockout and boldly claimed that his ring IQ is already superior to Usyk's.
That makes sense.
Well, let me ask you where you think you are then, because I know you get these questions and we keep poking at you about expectation. You can't really answer these questions because it's other people's expectations. But you must have a view of what level you're at now.
If you want my honest opinion, I think if my skill set, if you're talking about my ring IQ and what I display in the ring, I feel like I am the best in the world, but I haven't displayed the later rounds. That's all what I kind of want to get ticked off. So my next opponent or opponents this year, we're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me because I've never been in that sort of fight. So this year's just about getting me some.
This has fans whispering a very uncomfortable theory across social media. Is Usyk taking a bizarre crossover spectacle because he is secretly avoiding the young, hungry lions? Fighting an aging kickboxer is highly lucrative and heavily promoted, but stepping into the ring with a destructive, fearless force like Atama is a genuine threat to his entire legacy.
You've been dominating the division for some time now. How much longer would you say you have in the sport of boxing? How much more do you have to achieve?
3.
3 years. 3 fights, 3 years?
No, not 3 years. Not 3 years. 3 fights.
Okay. Three more fights. Will any of, so you mentioned the winner of Wardley and Dubois, and many people, including on this show, have said whether or not he's ready, we are interested in you and Atama. Do you think Atama could be ready to fight you before you say goodbye?
No, I not wanna fight with Itauma because it's young guy. I not wanna break this guy like me.
What about Ajit Caballel? Is he on your radar? Is he part of that hit list of your final 3 fights?
Listen, Rico, this is first. Second, it's a who win.
Wardley or Dubois?
Wardley, Dubois.
You can't see Dubois again,
Yeah,
though.
and third fight, it's my friend Greedy Belly Tyson.
Counting Rico Verhoeven out early could be a fatal mistake for the champion. You don't reign as the undisputed kickboxing king for 10 years by accident. Rico isn't known as a flash-in-the-pan, one-punch knockout artist. He is an absolute soldier in the ring. He has built a legendary reputation for getting his eyes swollen shut, surviving brutal, fight-ending damage, and marching forward to win late in the contest. Combine that terrifying resilience with the intense, sweltering Egyptian heat, and you have a recipe for a monumental disaster. If Usyk cannot put the giant away in the early rounds, Rico has the unteachable heart and the cardiovascular engine to make the back half of the fight an absolute nightmare.
Big smiles from you so far since the fight has been announced. Eddie Hearn says you're crazy. I just wonder, in your mind, what does all this mean to you, Rico? A man who's mastered his kickboxing craft to be sharing the boxing ring with Oleksandr Usyk with an opportunity for yourself, let's not forget, to become world heavyweight champion. Just tell us what this all means to you, Rico, and why.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, all smiles, because what an opportunity we have to upset the world and write history. And exactly what Eddie said. Are you crazy? I think to be the very best at what you're doing, you have to be a little bit crazy. And I think that's not just me. I think that's in every vertical and every discipline. You do something, you have to be a little bit crazy and obsessed with what you're doing. And that's what I am. What I do to the point perfect. I do to perfection. In my vision, I love it. I enjoy it. I do it with so much passion. And I'm crazy excited to be here. Yeah, super thankful for the opportunity that Oleksandr Usyk is giving me. Like he said, he's doing something that he wants to do now, and he was open to the fight. He was excited about the fight because it's something new, it's something different. We're bringing new eyeballs to combat sports in general. We're colliding 2 worlds together, kickboxing and boxing, to make the sport of combat even bigger. So, like I said, super thankful. For a lot of people that do not know, Jason Statham is one of the people that initiated this opportunity. So super thankful to him, and of course also His Excellency, because they were talking about it and he said, let's do it. And then first we got the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua because of the tragic accident that got derailed. And then this opportunity came
came across. So super happy and thankful to be.
The Pyramid Showdown is shaping up to be one of the most bizarre and high-stakes events in combat sports history. It is the ultimate unpredictable test of raw heavyweight power against elite heavyweight IQ. If Oleksandr Usyk's discipline holds up, he will likely make Rico look like he is moving in slow motion, exposing the massive technical gap between the two sports. But if Rico lands that one heavy shot, or if his sheer mass exhausts the champion, he will flip the entire combat sports world on its head. Is Usyk walking blindly into a physical trap his brilliant boxing mind simply cannot solve? You let us know in the comments down below. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next video.